What's up, guys? For those that don't know, my name is Keegan. I am an aspiring track and field athlete. I just turned 28 this week, and I've spent the last 3 weeks kind of off internet, off social media. I haven't been running either, and today's video is kind of all about that and what you can do to avoid the mistakes that I made over the last couple of weeks. So what happened originally is I've known of this hip issue that I've been having off and on for the last couple of years. It's kind of like a dull pain, an ache in my left hip, kind of around where like my greater tubercle is, or like the bony part in the side of your hip. And it's really debilitating. Like, I had to genuinely stop running 2.5, 3 weeks ago during a workout because it was just too much for me to handle. After that point, I kind of just stopped running altogether, which is exactly not what you want to do. I stopped running, I stopped training, strength training, doing any form of thing that would help running long term. And that's purely based out of frustration that I could no longer do this thing that I dedicated so much time, so many resources, my attention to for the last 3 months straight. And the issue with that is it sets me so far back in terms of when I'm coming back. Now, 3 weeks isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things, but it does set me back from where I was, and it's a little bit more frustrating now that I am getting back to it and have to try and recover any of the fitness that I had left. So I'm pushed back even more. And then the second issue is I'm more likely to sustain that injury once again because I wasn't using that time to strengthen my body, to strengthen the areas that needed to be strengthened for me to not have that issue. So I should have been strength training, I should have been working on my balance, I should have been working on my lateral stability. I just wasn't doing those things out of anger and frustration and ego that I could no longer run safely and confidently. And now that I am kind of more able to run, I lack a lot of confidence to be able to go out there and really push myself and go beyond like my comfort zone in order to get better at running. So it's kind of this double-edged sword of you don't want to hurt yourself more, but you also don't want to go into this vicious cycle of injury, trying to come back, causing more injury, and then just back and forth because you're never really trying to solve that problem and you keep going into no training to training and back and forth. It's okay to take time off, but you also need to take time to strengthen yourself and to get better at the things that are causing the injury in the first place. So the things that I should have done differently in the moment is I should have been strength training. That's the number one thing that I should have been doing. And then the second thing is probably some form of cross training, riding a bike, going for a swim, anything where my cardiovascular system is taxed, but I'm also developing some strength and a little bit of carryover into the actual running activity, which is predominantly going to be coming through the strength training. But now that I haven't been doing those things, how do I come back from essentially taking 3 full weeks off, not doing anything, kind of eating pretty much like shit and feeling not so good in myself? Honestly, that's why I started running again this time through, is because I just was not feeling good about the way I was looking, about the way I was feeling. I had been playing pickleball, and that brought me a little bit of confidence and probably pushed the frustration and the anxiety of being out of shape a little bit further than what it normally would have been. But ultimately, my goal is to run a sub 4-minute mile. And I'm not going to get there by playing pickleball. I'm not going to get there by sitting on the sidelines and saying, woe is me. There comes a time when you just kind of have to bite the bullet, accept that maybe you're going to go through a little pain, maybe you're going to go through a little discomfort, but that is part of the process of building yourself back up, getting stronger. There's this quote that I constantly try to remind myself is to do things that other people are unable to do. I have to do things that other people are not willing to do. And that is waking up early. That is doing the balancing drills, doing the core exercises, doing the strength training on top of the general running activities and the general running workouts that I have to do. All of these things are going to add up to me being a better athlete, to me being a better coach, and a better individual in society. Because what I'm doing is not only developing my physical attributes and my sport attributes, I'm also developing attributes that are carrying over into life. My resiliency, my determination, my ability to figure out and problem solve these different things that I'm struggling with well in sport. And that's something that I missed over the last 8 years of kind of only doing bodybuilding. It didn't have that same fulfillment that I had through track and field. And I'm really excited that I'm pushing myself to get back into it. It is a little bit of a learning curve, and it is difficult for me to kind of find myself back in that like ground floor of dedication, determination, and finding myself. But that's what we're here for. We're here for a journey. We're here to get better each and every day. And I hope you guys learned something you're able to implement into your athletic endeavors or into your life endeavors. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.